Back here at Survivor Series, it's Fight Night!
The following is a triple threat match scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship. Introducing the challengers. First, from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, Sheamus!
Corey has become an obsession. It's almost like a broken record. Some people feel for the guy, some people are sick of hearing about it, but at the end of the day, Sheamus wants to win the one title that's eluded him his entire career, the Intercontinental Championship.
Celtic Warrior has one final box to check off the list to become a Grand Slam champion. There you see Eddie Arango wearing the referee cam on the left side of his head, right side of your screen, giving you a bird's eye view or ref's eye view of what will surely be a banger. But Cole, what I noticed is the intensity of the Celtic Warrior right out of the gate. Jogging down to ringside, taking a moment now to acknowledge the WWE Universe here in Vancouver, because when the bell rings, Sheamus is gonna fight like his life depends on it.
Maybe his last chance.
Next, from Hamburg, Germany, weighing in at 220 pounds, Ludwig Kaiser!
This man has had an incredible 2024. He has just been on the cusp of superstardom. Remember the match against LA Knight, which took down the house at the Battle in Berlin back in September. Could tonight be the night Kaiser finally wins his first singles championship in WWE?
In a word, yes. Yes, it could be, and it very well may be. For my money, Ludwig Kaiser, to your point, on the cusp of superstardom, tonight he crosses the threshold. Ludwig Kaiser is an underrated in-ring competitor, the personification of European elegance, and in my opinion, the dark horse to sneak out of Survivor Series with the Intercontinental title.
Kaiser forced himself into this match, cost Sheamus the Intercontinental Championship a couple of weeks ago. A lot of bad blood between these two.
And their opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker!
You know, this man, the unpredictable badass, Braun Breaker. Remember when JBL said that if you had to build a WWE superstar from the ground up, it'd be Randy Orton?
Correct.
I think you could use the same adage to it. Talk about Braun Breaker.
I agree wholeheartedly. Braun Breaker, an absolute genetic anomaly. The Intercontinental Champion, ready for battle. And while Breaker may be the least experienced of the three competitors in the ring, Braun Breaker grew up learning this business, knowing this business, understanding this business from his father and his uncle, both of whom are WWE Hall of Famers. Braun Breaker is built for greatness.
So again, triple threat rules in this match. The champion has no advantage. First man to gain pinfall or submission will become the Intercontinental Champion, so Breaker does not have to be involved in the decision to drop the gold tonight. Expect this to be one of the most physical matchups of the year between Sheamus, Kaiser, and Breaker. And here we go. Dozens of Hall of Famers have held the Intercontinental Championship. The first, the late great Hall of Famer Pat Patterson back in 1979. And this has always been the workman's title. The title that you would win on your way to winning a world championship.
Guys are realizing where Sheamus and Breakker turned their attention toward him and got out of Dodge ASAP.
And now Breakker and Sheamus renew their rivalry from a couple of weeks ago. I mean, at some point, this obsession, it may cost Sheamus, Corey. I mean, it's all he thinks about night and day, winning the championship.
It very well may, but the fact remains that Sheamus and Braun Breaker may enjoy the act of,
power
of fighting inside of a ring more than anybody in the business. Sheamus lives to wake up in the morning sore from the night before.
Kaiser steel chair legal, no disqualifications.
Here comes Breakker.
Breakneck speed. Talk so much about this, but it's so amazing. 23 miles per hour hitting the ropes.
We talk about it so often because it's incredibly impressive. And it's the God's honest truth. Human beings aren't built to be that fast. Braun Breaker is.
Back to Sheamus for a moment. Listen, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a 4-time world champion, 3-time U.S. champ, 5-time tag champ. Oh! Irish curse backbreaker. King of the Ring, Money in the Bank winner, Royal Rumble winner. In fact, here at Survivor Series, he's had a tremendous career. 3 times he's been a sole survivor in a traditional Survivor Series match.
Well, Sheamus may be Intercontinental Champion before long after the onslaught he was delivering to Breakker.
And let's not forget what he accomplished 9 years ago when he beat Roman Reigns, cashing in Money in the Bank to win a world title here at Survivor Series.
And I am telling you right now, Cole, if Breakker and Sheamus don't pay the proper respect as a competitor to Ludwig Kaiser, Kaiser's leaving Vancouver with the Intercontinental gold.
And I think Kaiser, he needed to hear Gunther tell him, go out and do this on your own. Make a name for yourself. Make Imperium proud. He's been second fiddle to Gunther for so much of his career, and Gunther basically said, go and take it. Grab that brass ring.
Might be tricky when you've got Sheamus and Braun Breaker ready to eat you for lunch.
Yeah. Kaiser trying to fight his way out of the corner, and Sheamus and Breakker now unloading on Ludwig Kaiser.
But think about that, the fact that Gunther has kept Kaiser around in his corner all the way back to their time in NXT as Imperium. Gunther values Ludwig Kaiser and knows how capable Kaiser is. Now it's time to show the world.
Shoulder tackle by Breakker, and now Sheamus and Breakker. A little bit of an alliance who's formed there. Breakker says no. Breakker goes after Sheamus. Do not turn your back in a triple threat match. Sheamus got a little too comfy there, and Braun Breakker made him pay.
Breakker surveying the scene. God only knows what for. Oh my God, he's getting a running start.
Oh my goodness.
I hope we nailed this table down tonight.
And Ludwig Kaiser intercepts Breakker with that baseball slide.
Sniper-like precision from Ludwig, and here comes Kaiser.
Take it out with that move. Ask Vinci about it. Ask Kofi Kingston about it.
Look out, Cole.
And sent over or into our announce table. I'm getting too old to move around like this. And now, Breakker flying through the air like a damn missile.
Where the hell did Breakker even come from? Adios, Ludwig.
And now a suplex. This is absolutely incredible. Watch this. Braun Breakker like a missile launching himself.
And Braun just looked up to watch himself deliver that impact on the video screen.
And he smiled about it. He was actually laughing about it.
That's scary when you're dealing with a competitor that can slow time down in their mind. That's very obviously what's happening with Breakker. He's seeing the entire game board for what it is. Breakker's a prodigy.
And Breakker chance breaking out here. Sheamus with a big right hand. These guys are throwing haymakers now, Corey. This is like a big heavyweight boxing match. And now Breakker taking Sheamus down, just pulling him over.
You think you can beat me up?
Cole, you've been here longer than I have. How many times have you seen anybody just double-leg the Celtic Warrior, take Sheamus down and start beating him up?
Counting on one hand, maybe.
Exactly.
And then Braun Breakker just screamed at these guys, this is what you get for pissing me off. He is just an unbelievable physical specimen. to watch in the ring. He's got all the tools, Corey. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got agility. He's got balance. He's got a pedigree. He's got the mean-spirited, take out people at all cost mentality.
Focus and ferocity. And apparently fearlessness, because Bron Breakker will stop at nothing to take out an opponent, no matter what the cost to himself.
Oh, and now knee right to the midsection of Sheamus. Breakker likes to hurt people. Likes to, excuse the pun, break them in half, and a kick out by Sheamus. And now we do a push-up.
Like an homage to Big Papa Pump.
I love the interview that he did in the Countdown show, Corey, where he talked about Sheamus crying all the time about not winning the Intercontinental Championship and how, you know, Breakker said, what, do you want him to hand it to you? I was on the Baltimore Ravens.
Look at this!
I didn't win a Super Bowl. They didn't hand me a ring for participation. Go out there and beat me tonight, then maybe you'll earn it.
Like it or not, Bron Breakker is absolutely correct in his assessment of the situation. But here comes Sheamus.
Again, Breakker just stops him in his tracks. At least momentarily, Sheamus, though, lifting Breakker up, slamming into the man. Sheamus, opportunity to win the Intercontinental title. Hook of the leg. Ludwig Kaiser will break things up.
Ooh, Kaiser with an open hand strike, and here we go. I can watch Kaiser and Sheamus fight all night.
Well, you may have to, because this match may go all night.
Oh,
You hear that?
I felt it.
And now Kaiser bounced right off our announce desk.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And only wonder what Sheamus has planned here for Ludwig Kaiser.
Kaiser just avoided disaster. But look out.
Breakker! Holy shit!
Bron Breakker with an absolute massacre over the announce table.
Breakker like an out-of-control bus.
I mentioned this to you, his fearlessness. Breakker will stop at nothing. He will risk his own health, his own well-being to take out an opponent. That's exactly what we just saw ×2.
And Breakker now dragging Sheamus. Remember, the pinfall or submission has to take place in the ring.
Oh,
Breakker dumping Sheamus out into this sold-out crowd here and said, good night, goodbye. And now he turns his attention to Ludwig Kaiser. Breakker is just a very intense individual.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Gorilla press.
And Kaiser wisely went to the eyes.
Oh, and now sends Breakker over the steps.
And this is where veteran experience comes into play.
Yeah, Kaiser, you know, he is a veteran, been a champion all over the world before coming to WWE. Doesn't realize the big bad redhead's behind him. A unique place to suffer 10 beats of the Bowden. Now make it 11. Breakker misses wildly. And Breakker's gonna get himself some. And now celebrating with the WWE fans.
And maybe this is the fuel that Sheamus had been lacking. The motivation the Celtic Warrior needs.
Sheamus off the barricade, taking out both the champ and challenger.
Sheamus has managed to rally the WWE Universe behind him. If he can ride that momentum, we may have a new Intercontinental Champion.
We know how much being champ means to Sheamus. Can he do it here tonight at Survivor Series? A place where he's accomplished so much in his career. One of the all-time great performers.
And Kaiser rolling out the opposite side of the ring. It's a case of self-preservation there.
And now Kaiser back to his feet.
Kaiser has the shillelagh.
Yeah, Sheamus' shillelagh in hand. He's just begging Sheamus to come out of the ring.
You better have a plan, Ludwig.
Well, intercepted by Sheamus. And Sheamus now with the shillelagh. Kaiser's ribbon over the time into the timekeeper's area. Kaiser out of the equation, at least momentarily. Sheamus wants to win it. He wants to win it fair and square.
And Bron Breakker just said, come on, old man.
Been one of his...
You know what, guys?
That's one of his
Here we go!
go-to calling cards with Sheamus. And now the brawl in the middle of the ring. Sheamus loves to fight. Breakker with a knee. Sheamus stunned. Now Sheamus.
I think Braun got a little overzealous and paid for it.
Yeah, Breakker now in a deep trouble. The veteran Sheamus. Looking for the Celtic cross to Breakker. Sheamus crawls to the cover. Can he win his first Intercontinental title? Not now.
Sheamus came within a fraction of a second of accomplishing his goal. The Celtic cross, launching Breakker halfway across the ring. But Sheamus just a little too slow in executing the cover.
Match has taken a lot out of all these superstars. Sheamus now.
Remind them, I'm gonna need an ice pack after watching this. This is brutal.
I can pull the hamstring jumping out of my chair. And now Sheamus and Breakker. Blow to the back. Sheamus up on the top rope now, and he's gonna fight back. Breakker so quick, so fast, and there it is!
The Breakensteiner. And the dogs are barking in BC.
And Breakker in position for a spear. Sheamus sidestep into the chair. Boom! Boom! Sheamus is gonna do it! First title, the cover! And Ludwig Kaiser just pulled the official Eddie Orengo out of the ring!
I understand why everybody hates it, but that was brilliant. That was brilliant and perfectly legal under triple threat rules.
Eddie can't do a thing! Sheamus can't believe it again! Kaiser's tossed him the title, Corey!
Ludwig Kaiser utilized the rules of this matchup to his own advantage and screwed Sheamus in the process.
And Sheamus now outside the ring.
Grit your
and a
teeth.
Shillelagh! Shillelagh by Kaiser!
Oh my God!
With the Shillelagh! Bringing the Shillelagh across the back! Stop it, Kaiser! He's down!
That is a sign of Ludwig Kaiser I've never seen before, and I don't know that I want to.
That's a sign he learned from Gunther, I guarantee you that. Sheamus welts building on his back. Looks like he was publicly flogged, which he was, by Kaiser here. And Sheamus, no!
Kneecapper! Kneecapper! Down goes Kaiser!
And he can win the Intercontinental title by pinning Kaiser, and again Kaiser kicks out! Damn it! What does Sheamus have to do to win the gold?
Unbelievable!
Everybody's down. We told you it was going to be hard-hitting. We told you it was going to be physical. $17,828 here in Vancouver tonight for Survivor Series.
I agree with them wholeheartedly. This is awesome.
Sheamus back to his feet, measuring Kaiser. Look at the Sheamus has been busted open by, and he could not deliver. After the shillelaghs to the ribs, and Kaiser with a rolling senton.
Ludwig Kaiser could be seconds away from cementing his place in WWE history.
And Sheamus, though, turns it around. Kaiser on his shoulder. Oh, right back to the ribs. The shillelagh damaged ribs. Oh, and turns it around, face first for Sheamus. Spear! Oh my God! Wow! A flying damn missile! Braun Breakker with a spear to Kaiser. And Sheamus, bad ribs and all, better look out. Spear! Cover! Breakker retains in a hell of a match!
Here is your winner, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breakker!
We often talk about the Intercontinental Championship as the workhorse title in WWE. We were just treated to 3 stallions doing battle for the right to be called Intercontinental Champ.